Welcome to the Shift into Overflow podcast with me, your host, Amber Elliott, founder of Amber Elliott Coaching. Today, I wanted to do a little mini training on what a trained intuitive is anyway. Like a lot of people hear that and they're like, what does that mean? What do you do? I don't understand. So I'm hoping to clear that up today. What a trained intuitive is and what that means is some people just have a natural ability to intuit and they just have like a stronger natural connection to their intuition, to their higher self, to source, all of that good stuff. But they don't actually take the time to train it. And then there's also the people that don't have intuition, like their connection just has never been strong, but they can train it. The one thing to note is everybody has intuition. Everybody has the ability to train their intuition too, to be like scientifically precise, scientifically accurate. We can all do this, but some of us has a natural ability, some of us don't. But all of us can heighten that ability. Hope that makes sense. And then you get a lot of these like psychics. So a lot of people know about psychics, regardless of what you think about them. Like a lot of people know about psychics. The problem with psychics is that they do not have trained intuition. So they have more of this natural ability to actually read fields, but they do not know what fields they are reading. And most of them don't actually know how to clear themselves and protect themselves. So they are actually only intuiting light information. A lot of this can be, if you're not clearing yourself and you don't know how to clear yourself and to protect yourself, when you're doing these reads, they can be infiltrated by dark forces, which is not great. Like, you do not want that. You do not want dark forces, dark energies infiltrating your reads and dictating what you do in the next step of your life, because it is not going to be great. So that's kind of the difference between psychics and trained intuitives. Is trained intuitives actually take the time to learn what the different fields are and how it feels to be in each field. So, the main fields that I read as a trained intuitive, I can read people's thoughts fields, which is what it sounds like, people's thoughts. Their creator field, which is their electromagnetic field that radiates off their body, that quite literally creates the reality. It is made up of your thoughts, beliefs, and actions, and it creates your reality. Then there is the source field, so you can actually channel up to source and ask questions in with source. You can I read like the higher self field all the time. You can get future information that way. You can get highest alignment information. You can help people grow out of obstacles, out of soul lessons, into their soul purpose. There's so much good stuff that higher self gives us. And there's also the soul field. So the soul is what has been around throughout all different lifetimes, whereas the higher self is connected to this lifetime and is in charge of all the timelines of, in like, literally knows you better than anybody, is like your highest version, to kind of sum up the higher self a bit. The soul is what's been around with you for all lifetimes, and what's in the soul field is like soul contracts, what you're supposed to bring to life in this lifetime. It is in charge of, like, we all have like soul ties to certain people that have been around with us lifetime after lifetime. They just go into different forms. They have different relationships with us. They play different roles in our life. You can see like soul contracts you have with soul kids. You can see if you're supposed to get married in this lifetime. You can see soul lessons. You can see health issues that may arise if you don't shift things in your life. And you can also see if health issues were a part of your soul contract. Like, there's so much in there. I'll stop now just to keep it very short and very simple. A trained intuitive knows the fields that they need to read and reads those fields. They know how they feel so they don't stray. And they also know how to protect themselves from dark forces and keep their energy protected so their reads stay fully in the light information, in the information that will actually help the client the most. Then we also get into going into scientifically precise intuition. And what that means is that person has taken the time to learn how to intuitively test percentages down to like a science, and to say their statements and questions to these fields so precisely, word for word, that it provides the most benefit for their clients to actually be able to shift their life, to realize the actual blocks underneath, to get to the root causes that we need to in order to actually create the change that we want to see and become the highest version of ourselves, reach our highest potentials. It gets so precise too, to where even like switching out one word can be the difference between a highly accurate read and like an okay read. So it's really important to screen who you're going to with intuition, and to really decide if you want to go to like a psychic who is untrained and might have that natural ability, or if you want to go to somebody that has spent a lot of time, has a lot of results with their clients, and knows how to protect themselves and you from being infiltrated from dark forces as well. You would be shocked at how much that impacts people's lives and how important it is to learn how to protect and shield yourself, even if you aren't doing this work. Like just walking around, you are probably covered in dark forces and dark energy. It's really important to understand who you're going to and what they actually can do for you. For me, too, I pair my intuitive readings with energetic healings and brain reprogramming statements, so I can actually get in there and help you reprogram those beliefs that are creating your recurring obstacles. They're keeping you in a reality you don't want. We get to the bottom of that, we get rid of it. And I also give nervous system regulation tools, because that is also an essential part of the healing process. To keep this really short, I'm going to end it here, but that is kind of what a trained intuitive is in a very small nutshell.